In the book of Exodus, there's a well-known sequence of events in which Yahweh tells Moses to go to the Pharaoh and tell him to free the Israelites from slavery and let them leave Egypt. Pharaoh was like, "Fuck you, Moses, I don't care that you have a stick that turns into a snake, I'm keeping the Israelites as slaves." So Moses returns to Yahweh and says, "Sorry, I tried, he said no." So Yahweh tells Moses to try again, and that when he says no, he'll subject Egypt to plagues and pestilence, plus some random weird annoyances like putting frogs all over the place. Pharaoh continues to say no, then Yahweh does something weird. Yahweh says he'll harden Pharaoh's heart, so that every time Moses asks him to let his people go, he'll say no again and again and again. Now, if I were Moses at this point, I would say, what's the point of asking the Pharaoh to let my people go if you're just going to keep him from saying yes? Apologists often say that Yahweh is setting a kind of trap for the Pharaoh so that when he refuses to let the Israelites go, Yahweh has justification to send more plagues and leave Egypt in ruins. Here's how they explain it at the Bible Project.
So the point of the story seems to be this. Even though God knew that Pharaoh would resist his will, God still offered him all of these chances to do the right thing. But eventually, Pharaoh's evil reaches a point of no return. I mean, even his own advisors think that he has lost his mind. And it's at that point that God takes over and bends Pharaoh's evil towards his own redemptive purposes. God lures Pharaoh into his own destruction as he saves his people.
But are these additional plagues really justified given that they occur after Yahweh has effectively forced the Pharaoh to disobey his commands? It's like Yahweh is beating the Pharaoh with the Pharaoh's own arms and yelling, "Stop hitting yourself, Pharaoh! Stop hitting yourself!" Yahweh is sending plagues because the Pharaoh is not doing what Yahweh is preventing him from doing. If the Bible Project is right and Pharaoh's evil reached a point of no return, then why was the additional heart hardening necessary? It's not really a point of no return from evil if Yahweh has to step in to prevent Pharaoh from returning.